Oh, thank you, Ryan. Yeah, I loved playing Manhunt. I played that. I finished it. Let's talk a bit about that since I played it this month.
Yeah,
You
sure.
played it. When
Several
did you
times.
when did you first play it? And what on PC?
No, it's actually the perfect way to play it. So it was like I'm pretty sure it was a friend's like birthday or something like that, and or maybe we were all just hanging out. It's one of the two. Anyway, we're at a friend of mine's house, and like another friend shows up, and he's like, "Hey, I got this new game, and it's supposed to be really crazy and scary and all that." So naturally, it's the PS2 era, so everything seemed awesome, even if it wasn't. But this actually was, and way better than I could have imagined it being. And we all just took turns playing it, and we probably just played that for about shit, I want to say 10 hours straight. Like we just all took turns, and sometimes we'd fuck up, certain missions and stuff just so that we could go back and like somebody could get a turn to kill somebody. But yeah, we beat the whole thing probably in that one sitting.
And
Yeah,
when was this?
shit. Whenever it first came out, so 2001, I think it was when Manhunt first came out.
Hmm.
Or was
Okay.
that 2002? I'm going to look that up. I think it was 2001.
And you said you played it multiple times?
Yeah, over the years, I mean, I've played it several times. Here it is right here. Oh, 2003. Okay.
Hmm. So at the
That's right.
time,
Because I guess Max Payne 1 would have been 2001. So yeah, they probably wouldn't have put that out in the same year.
and were you aware of the controversy?
At the time, it wasn't controversial because it had just come out.
Hmm.
It was like it had just dropped. But I think from just seeing clips of it on TV, and then what was it, PlayStation Magazine, Electronic Gaming Monthly, and all that stuff, and probably some IGN like reviews, because back then we were all super into console gaming like crazy. But again, like I said, it was the PS2 era. So everybody had people that didn't even play video games had a PS2, That's how popular it was. But yeah, he brought it over, and shit, dude, like that's since then it's been one of my favorite horror video games. Um, it definitely needs a remaster. I've heard that they're working on that. I don't know when that's coming out.
Who
Uh,
is like a fan?
no, Rockstar. I don't know if that's ever actually going to happen just because it was so controversial. And I'm pretty sure they're so busy with like the new Grand Theft Auto, and then they're busy with like the Max Payne remasters. Yeah, it probably won't happen for a long time. But yeah, I mean, the PC version looks really good only because with that you can crank up the resolution as high as you want. You can play it in 4K, you can
Yeah.
upscale the textures and all that stuff. And with mods as well, you can increase the graphics and, you can change the lead character.
Yeah.
Also, like I think I told you, I played the game as Jason Voorhees, and it works surprisingly well. Um, it's right out of a Friday the 13th movie anyway, all the kills. So yeah, it's probably my top three favorite horror games of all time.
Oh.
I love it that much. I
When,
think
when
I
was the
think
last time you played it?
probably like a few years ago. It's been a
Hmm.
little while. There's been so much that's come out in the last few years, and I don't game as much, at least in the last few months. I haven't gamed as much, but I'm still a gamer at heart. I don't think I'll ever not
You,
play games.
you need to play that on here. And I'll watch. You need to do that.
I would love to. I would love to. I think
Just let me know.
the one that people would love to see would be 2. Although, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's people have done playthroughs of part 2 online, just so you could see like the uncut stuff. Because I think for consoles it was censored, right? I remember.
Yes, for Wii, PS2,
Mm-hmm.
like Silver Wings, he played it on his channel on the Wii, and that was censored. I have a PS2 beta that is uncut.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Now, apparently, because it's a beta, it's going to have glitches, but I'd like to play it one day to see through it. It'd be interesting to see kind of the early state of it, and
Mm-hmm.
it'd be fun to play it.
Yeah, definitely.
So, who knows? Maybe if someone requests it one day, I'll play it for the channel. But yeah, the controversy on Manhunt 2. You were aware of the controversy of Manhunt 2 then when that came out?
Yes. Well, once the first game took off, and then everybody started to realize what it was, and then I think the guy like killed his friend or something. Once it hit like mainstream news and media and stuff, that's when like I think Rockstar was like deemed to be like Satanists by the like mass public of like people that don't play video games. Because I mean, you had Grand Theft Auto, which is obviously violent, then Manhunt, and I mean, hell, Max Payne, even to a degree, is pretty violent. You're just shooting people nonstop. So they were being crucified for sure, and I could only imagine like what the higher ups thought about like the franchise. I did see an article one time where it was like an ex Rockstar employee. He talked about how much he hated the franchise just because he's like, well, it's the problem with it is that it's killing for the sake of killing. I'm like, well, dude, like it's a horror video game. I mean, I don't know what else you would do in a horror video game.
You mean
Like
this ain't good to do?
there's gonna be some killing. I mean, it's a horror game. That's what it is.
Thank you, Benny. I appreciate that. And hey there, Steve. So when did you first play this one when it came out too?
No, I didn't play this one right away because I knew that they had censored it. So
Oh,
I
so you
wait.
waited.
I waited on it.
And you
I'm
play
not
on
sure.
PC.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think on
What's wrong with
Rockstar's,
this? This is all family entertainment.
yeah,
Yeah.
it is. On Rockstar's website, they put at one point they were giving the game away. I'm pretty sure for free, like the adult only version
Free.
of it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a thing for a while. That page is more than likely no longer up because now, much like how every studio has a streaming service, um, there's the same thing for video games. Every company's got their own store. There's the Epic Game Store, and Rockstar has their own game store. Although, like, you could probably get a few of the titles on other third-party services, but mostly like something like Steam, like one of the bigger platforms. But yeah, it's as you can see, pretty crazy. I mean,
So
as violent as it is, I don't think it's that much more violent than the first one. It's probably about the same.
it seems like there's a lot more though variety.
Yeah, a lot more variety in kills. And then you have the environmental kills as well, which you kind of had something like that in the Punisher game, if you remember that one.
Yeah, but there's no uncut version of that, right?
The Punisher game.
Yeah.
Again, I think the PC one that I have is uncut. I mean, I don't know about the console games.
No, the console's all censored.
Okay, see, that's one where when it came out, I played it on PC first.
Hmm.
Yeah, because in 2003, I'm pretty sure that's when I had my first custom built PC. And then I did,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Gee,
so
I wonder what they were complaining about.
right, yeah. And then there was another section. Now, Hostel hadn't come out yet, but there was like a section of the game where it looked like an area that would like have been in the Hostel movie, where it was like these torture chambers where you could like go in and just kill whoever.
Yeah, but Premiere, I think more common they didn't complain. Like they complain, but because it's more fantasy, this one is trying to be more with the atmosphere, the music. A lot of times it's tone. Like horror comedy, there'll be a little bit more leeway than if it's a serious horror film. It seems because of tone.
Mm-hmm.
Like it could you have the same death scene, but if it has a different tone to it, then they'll. Same with movies.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't it like in the like some about there's innocent people, and if you kill them, you get a different ending or something?
I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played the second one. I play the if I do play either one of them, I do play the first one.
Okay,
Take
so you
care, Max Payne fan.
yeah, take care, man. So you play the first one more.
Yeah,
So you like the first one more.
yeah. I'm sure I could probably get into the second one just as much. I just never played it. Is I think because this one, it's sort of following the same type of narrative, but there was just
Uh-huh.
something about this one that I liked, but not as much as the first one for some
But you
reason.
don't know what that was.
Not out of memory. No, I mean it's probably a yeah. I mean look at that. Like look at that. It definitely goes for it. They go all out. Gee, some of these kills I don't even remember.
I guess some of them are like environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like that thing that he put the guy in, that was definitely environmental kill.
Well, it says here cut content extended, so I don't know if it's maybe modders have done something. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, was it the lead guy maybe that wasn't big on in Manhunt 2 or his story or
Oh no. Oh my god. But so the first one, like you just never got it and you always knew what it was, I'm sure. But it wasn't one that you went to like seek out to get.
Oh me? No,
Mhm.
I knew it was for PS2. I had seen the cover, but when I heard it described to me, it's oh yeah, you're in stealth, you go around and kill people. It sounded boring. Like the way it was described, like
Mhm.
okay, that's for an entire game. Like, won't that get repetitive? Won't that get like boring after like 20 minutes? But then when you play it, it's like, well, there's a whole atmosphere to it.
Mhm.
There is a story. There's all these multiple weapons. There's you different environments.
Mhm.
Then there's gunplay.
Yeah.
There's shotguns. Like there's
The nail gun.
yeah. So they keep it fresh enough so it didn't feel too repetitive. So that was a nice surprise, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I'll try to get the PS4 version sometime, and I'll probably want to play it again now that I know what I'm doing.
Mhm.
But
Jesus. I remember they were trying to do the third one for the longest time, but they ended up canceling it.
was it because of sales of this one, or just the controversy was too much of a headache?
I think a little bit of both. I think, and maybe somebody in the chat might remember this better. Didn't they pull this from shelves after a while?
Well, I know it got banned in a bunch of countries.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they pulled it off in a lot of areas, and I think it was, and then a lot of it too was like people, and I remember everybody saying this, like, "Oh man, it's the kills are censored, so
Right.
I'm not, I'm not gonna get it," or shit like that. So I mean,
Yeah.
when you get that kind of word of mouth spreading, like you're probably not gonna. I mean, that's the point of the game. Like, who wants a blur over what you're doing? How do you know what the fuck you're doing? You can't see.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Day one. Yeah, I'm sure it's banned a ton of countries like the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Gee, I don't know why.
I mean, hell, the Hitman games were pretty crazy. I mean, is it really just like, look at the blood though? Like yeah, it's bloody, but I mean, Hitman was pretty crazy. You're strangling people with piano wire and
But was it as bloody and crazy and chunks flying everywhere? And
I mean, some of those kills in Hitman were pretty out there. Not as bloody and not as graphic, but it's the concept though behind it all. I know violence in video games for a long time was a big, topic in the media. Like have video games gone too far, and this is what our kids are playing, but that's why they had the rating system. It's the same thing for movies or music. You had the explicit content, the advisory sticker on like CDs back in the day, and you had the mature rating or teen only or whatever for the video games, and then PG-13 or rated R. So I thought that was sufficient. Like, and then, I remember shit, and this was a long time ago. I remember going to buy Grand Theft Auto 2 in the store. I think it was from like Target or something, and they didn't want to sell it to me.
How old were you?
I don't even remember. I know I was young, and I was definitely under 18. Jeez. I don't even remember. But I was really young, and it was GTA 2 for sure.
So the older ones were you like top down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What system was that for? PlayStation
PS1.
1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I discovered the first Grand Theft Auto. Actually, I was at my cousin's house, and her boyfriend had he was like super into video games. He had every console. I remember the PlayStation side by side with the N64, and then he's got racks and racks of games. And I think I was on like Christmas vacation, and I was staying with her at the time, and I'm just going through all the games, and then I saw the first GTA because I think at that point I probably played everything on the shelf. I'm like, I've never heard of this. What's this Grand Theft Auto game? And I started playing it, and I really, really loved it. I got super into it, and been a GTA fan ever since the first one. I know the top down thing isn't for everybody, but I've always loved the first two.
Jesus.
Yeah, Rockstar, man, they're just printing money with GTA. They don't give a fuck about any of the other franchises.
Right.